You're welcome to Friends and Family Show. This is a very special anniversary edition. And tonight we're celebrating 7 years of ChannelOne TV. Whew. We're going to be talking all about this, the journey so far. You're welcome one more time. My name is Noyo Kwote, and I would want for you to be a part of the show. Send me a message via WhatsApp on the number 020 444 7044. I want you to add your name and location so that, we'll just have this conversation over and over. It's been 7 years. It's going to be very overwhelming. It's going to be exciting. We're going to pop champagne, probably. And then we'll get through this journey. 7 years. I know people have actually asked questions today. That's, only 7 years? Yeah. 7 years, but I know that we have been a force to reckon with. Hi, my name is Noyo Kwote. One more time, you're welcome to the Friends and Family Show. Settle down. I'm going to take a break. When I'm back, we'll talk about ChannelOne at 7. Alrighty, welcome back to the Friends and Family Show, coming to you live on ChannelOne TV and live at our studios here at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane in Tesano. Now, I'm saying that with so much pride because today we're celebrating 7 years. ChannelOne is 7. ChannelOne television is 7. I wish I could get a vuvuzela to say, whoo, 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 whoo. But I don't have a vuvuzela. Please, next time, producer, give me that thing that gives pop, pop, champagne, pop. You see, there sparkles. We're celebrating 7 years. And like I said in my intro, a lot of people are wondering, 7 years? Yeah, that's because we've been dominating. We've been a force to reckon with. Tonight, I'm going to talk to 5 wonderful people here at ChannelOne TV. To my right, I'm starting off with our Human Resources Manager for ChannelOne TV. That is Miss Jen, which is Jennifer. Now, back the other time, I owe you an Ananinsia. So let me say it's Ananinsia.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma. And then I have Vivian Kailoko, who was head of news at ChannelOne TV. You're welcome.
Hi.
I love your earpiece.
Thank you.
Hey.
They're all kids.
Statesman.
Yes, please.
Statesman. We're
celebration of 7 years.
Wonderful.
The orchid is a wonderful flower.
Okay, so we have Jude Duncan, who's a broadcast journalist here at ChannelOne TV as well. Hi, Jude.
Hi, no.
My ex on TV.
Hey.
Yes, my ex. And then I have Eno Safo, the ever beautiful Eno Safo, who's also a broadcast journalist here at ChannelOne TV. I have Eko Kumsin, the fancy man who actually only associates with Ghana people. So you're very welcome. And we are very excited today because we're celebrating 7 years. Yeah. 7 years, doing all the good things, putting out great content, and we can't actually go without saying thank you to all of you here because you actually play major roles in all of the things that we do here. All right, so I'm going to ask you our very first question, and it won't be if you remember your very first day walking into either City FM and ChannelOne TV. So let's just draw the borderline. Your first day at ChannelOne TV. We transitioned from City TV and then we moved to ChannelOne TV. Okay, so if you remember your very first day, probably even what you were wearing, it will be nice. Michelle?
Well, we were doing City FM and then ChannelOne or City TV came on board. So my first day was 13 years ago, 13 and a half years ago. And I remember coming in and meeting Mr. Aiden, and the Miss Aiden, the administrative manager, and he was all papsy, like, oh, welcome to, this office, this is what happens here. And I felt so comfortable. I'm like, wow, this man has really received me, making me feel like part of the team and family. And so, along the line, I just took a stroll. We were then at Adabraka, so I took a stroll around the area, trying to let's all sink in. And it was an amazing experience.
Nice. Okay? I like that.
This is like 16.
really wanna know?
Yeah, you want to know like 16 years. That's somebody turning into a teenager or so.
True.
And getting into adulthood. But
16.
yeah, when I joined City, I knew a couple of people here based on relationships with other people. So I knew what I was walking into. And then I remember the supervisors at that time. You know, Mr. Iden has been there forever. So Mr. Iden, OJ, not as, you know, a supervisor at the time, but some of the people I met, OJ, Bernard, Sky, and then my boss then was Fred Chidi, who was then the editor for City FM at the time. And it was a lovely family, very, you know, small-knit family. Everybody knew everybody and knew their families and families,
wow.
right? So it was easy to, you know, now we're so huge, I don't even know some people's names. But at the time, you knew everybody, newsroom, everybody, and the kind of people they were, who they lived with, everything. Then there was the administration, there was the sales, and then, of course, the lovely stewards at the time, and then the security and the few other departments. So it was a lovely period. I remember at the time, and sometimes when I tell my colleagues in the newsroom, they go like, oh, yeah, it's not true. We used to walk from Adabraka to Circle to pick a ride, yeah.
To Circle?
Yeah, to Circle. And it was, you could be picked at any time. Because then it was crazy like that. So sometimes I even tell the new people, you're holding your bag and walking to Circle. Do you know what that means? Somebody could easily pick you. So we had such lovely experiences. We used to go to everybody's stuff. We used to go out. It's not like we don't do it anymore, but I'm just remembering the beginning. The likes of Farida, Shamima Muslim, Moro, Awudu, and all that. And it was a lovely, you know, time.
Nice.
Fast forward to 16 years later. And here we are.
Oh, we'll do the fast forward, and then we'll do a little bit of comparison. We'll do the fast forward
Before and then.
Yeah, before and after.
A few moments later.
Now, Jude Duncan, please tell me.
I mean,
Do you remember?
I do, you know, and we are a bit new school, right? So
Trying to say, oh no, we are comparing the like our own school. Because this is Gen Z thing or whatever. Ending of millennial thing, we wouldn't want to be part of it. Because you're mixed with a bit of Gen Z. We wouldn't want it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think the distinction is quite clear.
Thank you.
Interesting. You know, my first experience here is quite an interesting one, and it happens to be that I walked into the office of, you know, somebody here, so and I'm referring to the HR manager. But I mean, now I'm so grateful for the opportunity, right? To start with, it's been quite an interesting one, very transformational. You know, yesterday I was at Nkoko, and you know, people I have no idea who they are. People I've never met before walk up to me and tell me that they see what we do on the TV, they see what we put out. And some of them were so grateful for it, right? So being able to give impact, right, and give back to society is very big for me. I walked into HR's office as a fresh student who had completed university. See, I hadn't even graduated, right? Back on campus, we thought we were all that there is, right? We thought we owned the campus and everything. But you know, coming into City, my first working experience, it was quite huge. And I remember walking into her office, you know, she asked me a few questions, where I stay, what I did in school, you know, and some other questions around, you know, how I feel I'll be a great fit into the team. At the time I was being pushed towards the social media department where I started off. And like I said, it's been quite an interesting journey. It's been a very remarkable one, if I must say, thanks to the kind of family system we had, right? So I felt very comfortable on my first day. You know, I've had my own fair share, right? I'm sure everybody else has. So to keep it short, it's been quite an interesting journey from my first day up until now.
I know.
My first day, so you know, I came from Kumasi to Accra. So Accra, busy city, busier than Kumasi. I came to work. I got here around like 7 a.m. on the dot. I went to the reception. I was wearing a black dress, I remember very clearly, and a nose mask because I came after COVID. And then Iram came, took me to the HR office, sat down with Miss Jen, had a little chit chat, and then she brought me to my department to meet Vivian. And had a little chit chat with Vivian, and you do orientation and everything before you settle down. You do orientation for like a week before you settle down into your office. And during the orientation period, I realized that, okay, so this is different from what I originally know from where I'm coming from. So, but it was interesting meeting people. I knew a few people already. Yes, I knew a few people already, and it was like a tight-knit family. But it's been interesting. The growth has impacted me. I've been introduced to things that I didn't even know I could do. And yeah, it's been interesting.
Eko?
Yeah, for me, my first day, I think I also went, first day at work, actually, because I had like a few meetings before first day at work. So I went to HR's office and
everybody goes to HR.
Why we don't go to HR? Where will you go? Yeah, so I mean, I was introduced to my boss then. That was Jessica, and I mean, she gave me the orientation. So this is what you'll be doing and all of that. So you'll be part of so actually, I came to be part of the events team. Okay. Because my background back then, before I joined, was with events. We used to organize events with the organization I was with back then. So it was mainly the events department. And so that was what I was there to do. The very first day I landed, they told me, oh, December we have an event coming up, so brace yourself. I think I came in November 15th. And then December was our very first situation. So for me, I landed and then the first thing was, we are planning this, so what do you think you can add to it and everything? And that was how it all started for me. 7 years down the line, 5 years actually, down the line, I think it's been an awesome experience. And I am even shocked with what I'm doing right now in ChannelOne TV.
In 5 years.
Yes.
I remember mine, I was wearing a white peplum top and a black skirt. I remember so well. And then one thing that happened, I'll never forget. So I had issues packing, right? I think someone was moving out, so I was asked to wait. And I got to Miss Jen's office. I think I was 2 or 3 minutes late. And she said, I'm in the right place to ask you to go back. I'm in the right place to ask you to go back. But right after she said that, then she goes like, give me your bag, give me your phone, and follow the rest. Just like a mother. She'll scold you, and the next time she's pushing you back. So I remember so well. And so the next day, then I saw her, I checked my time, I was like, no, today I'm early. So I've always had that, anytime I see Michelle, I'm like, no, I need to check my time if I'm early. And at the time that I came, there's one thing that I noticed, that everybody knew everybody. Yeah. And it was something that made me feel comfortable. There are places you walk to and then there are cliques, and then you don't know who you're talking to, and then this person says, oh, that's my person, you're not my person. But you hardly see that here because everybody is. And then sometimes you can't even tell who the boss is because it's like, that's mommy and daughter and everybody is just together. And so it's time for us to, do what we have to do. They say, hey! Then the line is drawn. Yeah. But then it's been very wonderful. I think this is my second year. And so I came in 2023. Yes. And then so we're in 25. So yeah, it's been wonderful. And just like Eko said, I'm doing things that I never thought I could do. It's a space that, exactly. Talents are being, So like you can't, like me sitting right now, I never thought that because I'm there, you don't see me person. So I'm talking on radio and that's it. But you think that, talents are being drawn out to people without you knowing what you can do. But then when you're put on, like we were talking about yesterday, Eko and I were talking about, you'll be on it, you correct yourself there. Oh, yeah. So you're learning on the job. You've been thrown. It's like you've been thrown to the wolves. Now you have to fight them. You will do it.
By fire, by force.
So it's been wonderful. And I appreciate that you're sharing your very first. And now we'll move on to what I want us to talk about now. And that would be your role now. How has it impacted you yourself and then the people around you? Like if you're you're playing a particular role, like a head of news, how has it impacted you yourself and the people that you're working with? Have you evolved? There's nobody that's stagnant in this office. Yeah. Have you evolved? Has it impacted people? Do you think that you're in the right space for you? Usually you get into a space and that's not what you're there to do, but then you end up doing, or you came in asked to read news and the rest said, no, that's not the best thing for you, or you can do an add-on. So how have you evolved? Are you still there? Have you moved further? Let's talk.
You know what? One thing I like about City and then Channel One, and from the boss himself, I don't know what the same thing was said to them when they joined the station, but I remember when I joined the station, one of the few things that Papa said at the time of my interview, and he did my interview himself. He said, "Here, we don't do because I'm coming in as a news person.
Right.
That's it. You're not caged or boxed. So you can be doing news, you go and do sales. You can be doing news, you go and do events. You can be doing news, you go and do anything." And at the time, I said to myself that, "Share, we are going to do our news and go." And he said, I'm serious about that. And even the letter, my admission letter, it was written in there that it's the prerogative of the company to decide at a point where you go or where you be, right? So we joined the company and we started. And truly, I mean, I've done sales before. We've all done events. We've all done, you know, programs, everything and anything. You take a decision. And I'm happy I went through that system and still I'm going through that system, because I have colleagues in other media houses, not just in Ghana, across the world. And when you go into a particular position, if it's newsroom, you rise through and that's it. But it's very different here. So I have learned so much, you know. And I started as just a reporter, you know, and rose through different, you know, ranks, and from business news. I've had to, you know, learn about sports and be into it because of the role I play, have discipline in different fields just to understand, you know, what's going on. And also I have met people. I always tell Eno and Jude and Co that I'm learning from you guys, because there are certain things people do at time or now. We don't do these things, but there's so many things or stuff they do that you can easily pick, you know. So apart from the human resource, the opportunities you get here, and the door is open. It's up to you to take advantage of what you be served. Nobody's going to tell you that you're coming from A, B, C, D. If you look at the newsroom, for example, the people there, the diversification is so huge from different backgrounds, and another thing that you learn here is to bond with people. You know, the team building is crazy. The unity thing is crazy. So whether it's personal, professional, whatever, I have learned so much and evolved so much. And I can't think of working anywhere else. You know, I have people call me and say, "Hey, is it that what we are seeing is what it is, or you people are really, you know, enjoying or into this?" I'm like, what you see is what you get. There's no acting here, because this place, how long can you act? You cough.
Who are you forming
Who
for?
are you, you know? So it's been great. It's been great for me.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well, you know, for me, working in HR at Channel One TV has not been just a job. It's been learning. I've seen growth and the meaningful connections that I've had over the years. You know, when we started, or when I started, we're about between 50 and 60 people. And so I knew everybody's name, like, oh, this is Adjoa Mensah, this is Kojo, this, you know. And then, boom, we are over 200. I used to pride myself in saying, oh, there's nobody here or in the organization that I don't know, or whose name I don't know. And now all of a sudden, you see people and you are like, is this person, is this person working with us, you know? And this is me, like everybody passes through HR. And so however you come in, you come to HR, and I'm supposed to know you, know your name. But then the numbers have like moved from, you know, 60 to over 200. But the connections, you know, people come from different backgrounds, and the learning. I always say that, look, even when we are eating in the cafeteria, watch how somebody, you know, handles themselves, like conducts themselves, and you learn something. Watch how people have come in and they were like plain Janes, and all of a sudden you see them dressing up, and, you know, I'm not saying they're wearing expensive stuff, but just, you know, we're rubbing off each other in a very positive way. And so It's been amazing, you know, knowing people, dealing with people, nurturing people. You know, some are quite young. When Jude Mensa, when he came in, he was here just what? He was done national service, so you know, these are people. I call him Bojona, you know, when he's, you know, being.
But that's one thing.
Has
Her
a
name
name
for
everybody. She's like OJ. You have a name for
You know,
everybody.
this is Enorama. Enorama.
No, she has a name for everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, between all the years that we've been here, we have proud moments, and then we have, out of those proud moments, we have favorite moments. So I'd want for you to look into your archives of proud moments, and then just give me one favorite moment.
That's
If you can, we can't even put two together and make it one. Proud, but then favorite moment.
I think when we started TV,
Okay.
it was a proud moment for all of us, because before we started TV proper, we were doing the internet TV. We actually did internet TV for a bit of time. We knew what we wanted to do. So you would, if you go back in time, you see videos of us doing new stuff, all that. The, what do you guys call the reels and all those? The reels and all that. What Eno is doing that. We used to do bits and pieces. Then it was Philippa Sean who used to do the videos and all that. And I remember the evolution, the day that, you know, City TV, now ChannelOne, went into the real TV space. I mean, initially, who would have thought that we would do TV? I mean, it's something we would say, oh, TV, and we all like, no, we want to do. I think at the beginning, most of us were just radio people. We wanted to hide behind the microphones. And then, boom, we went into the TV space, and it's been fantastic. I mean, there have been a lot of wins for us. We can pride ourselves as one of the best and all that, and it's what it is. We can pride ourselves as giving some of the best content and all that, the best programs and all that, and it's shown in the awards we've had, it's shown in the inroads we've made. And some of my proud moments are, you know, people do just the news or the media thing and all that, but we live it. If you look at the Voltus spillage, we lived it. We're part of the story that transformed lives. If you look at indiscipline in Ghana, which is a huge thing, we've made, you know, inroads to change the narrative of people's attitude. So we always try and live. If we look at even our business programming, we don't just sit in the studio and say that. We go there, out there. I'm coming from a farm, you know. We want to show the real thing and all that. So I think those are some of the proud moments for us, because the impact it has on our viewers and listeners is crazy. When you go out there, they are so, you know, excited and honored that people are seeing through their realities and want to showcase, to push change for the country called Ghana. So I think those two, the evolution to TV and then.
I think one of the proud moments for me was when Jude and I started the Sunday breakfast. So we knew we were just doing Sundays, and then after like a week, another Saturday was included in our show. And for me, that was like, oh, that means we're doing something right. That, you know, the content we're creating on Sunday is good enough for, you know,
extra time.
For extra time. And so we're given Saturday. And so Saturday and Sunday, you'll see us on TV at 7 a.m. And I think, to me, that was, I have evolved from just doing news on radio and TV to hosting a show. And being given that honor is actually very nice for me, because it means that, you know, you've been given more responsibilities. The company appreciates what you're doing, and you equally appreciate that the company has given you such a show to host and manage, and, you know, all of that. And shout out to our producers, they're amazing. I know Jude stresses them. Jude stresses them a lot.
It was just 2 weeks, 2 weekends.
That you were with him on the show. Oh, you witnessed it.
She had a time of her life.
He stressed you a lot,
But
right?
you know, everyone is looking for Jude.
Oh yeah.
5 minutes,
Everybody's looking for Jude.
Wait,
Mensa.
so you mean he doesn't go by the call time?
Mensa.
He's there.
He's there.
You can't find him.
Can't find him.
Yeah, go there.
He's come to make up, but you can't find him.
I can't find him. Jude, can you tell us where he's going?
Introduction for big issue as
It was
well.
actually my first day. So I
Going
actually
up
went
and down.
on TV. My first time on TV was with him. and this is me looking for my partner.
Because you need somebody to help you start the first day.
Like, you did amazing.
But it was
Nice
nice.
one.
At first it was good.
Now, let me just add this. You know, I've had many proud moments here, right? I probably top of my head can't even name them.
Yeah.
Right?
A single one.
So many of them. You know, Eno talks about being on TV. That was big. But I would highlight, and let me just say, really, you know, I know people say that when you come to work, just do your business and go home. You know, don't mind anybody else's business and all of that. But the truth of the matter really is that here at City and ChannelOne, it's quite different, right? I've walked in and met people I didn't know before coming here. And, you know, aside the fact that I work with them, they become literally family, right? So, you know, it's a certain culture. And that's, I think in a lot of ways, that's what has fostered, you know, this really huge brand that you are seeing and so many people really like and adore. My proudest moment, top of my head, like I said, I have many. But, I mean, if I throw my mind back, probably something Vivian said, the Akosombo Dam spillage, right? It showed me the true character of our station.
Yeah.
Right.
And for me, it stuck with me in a lot of ways that I feel like, you know, think about it. Like, people were homeless. They literally became destitute. People didn't have a place to lay their heads. You know, government was saying some things, challenging some way. You know, minister says 2 weeks. What do we do as a media house? We quickly put together resources. And, you know, I produced Bernard's TV show, which I think is the best current affairs show in the whole Africa.
Wow.
You know,
Make it like that.
you know, and he was telling me the story behind how all of this started. You know, being on radio, receiving calls from viewers, from listeners, I beg your pardon, who were like helpless. And all of a sudden, you know, we start this, we solicit help. The people were gracious to give because they trust the brand, you know, and it became a huge thing from just asking people to send in donations. We built a clinic, we built shelters, we sent in relief, you know. So for me, it speaks to the character of the station. It speaks to the trust people have in us, right? To give us their fund. People were sending big money, you know, life-changing money, you know. So for me, my proudest moment as a staff, right, is that particular moment. It showed the character of the station and it portrayed us in a way that I feel, you know, is deserving of our standing really within in the country.
Okay, so since we're all having proud moments, no, Echo, you haven't shared your proud moment. You have any?
So many. I mean, none comes to mind immediately. But actually, one thing that I'll say I'm very, very proud and excited, and I'll be pretty biased to like my department or to what I do, is how we are able to, the relationship we're able to build with corporate brands.
Is that you on the TV?
Yes.
Oh, Charlie.
Early days.
That's your earlier call.
No, if I watch the lecture.
It's not changed. It's not changed so much. Wow.
No, why is that when you got to
He's
we have to
put on.
pause?
Because your picture popped up and it was really old picture.
To laugh at you properly. So let's go on a breather. We're taking a break. When we're back, we're still celebrating 7 years. That is not over yet. It's actually the whole month, right? So we're celebrating 7 years of good content on ChannelOne TV. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back. When we are back, we're still going back to tell you all of our memories, everything. We're going down memory lane. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back from the break. You're still live on ChannelOne TV, and this is the Friends and Family Show, coming to you live from our studios here, number 5, Ola Hanson Lane. My name is Noyo Kwarti, and we're still in the celebrating mood. I bet that if you can see, if we get a larger shot, you can see that we've got glasses of champagne, and the thing, it will enter you. We are going to do, like the thing is, a favorite show, oh, Baba Kwe. You get what I'm saying? That's what we are about to do now. Show Kwe, Baba Kwe. That's what we are about to do.
Really?
Yeah. If you
That's a new one.
Something is watching.
Something is what you can turn your eyeballs by your material. It will see it. Yes. So that's what we're about to do. Like, we're still in the celebrating mood. Like, I'm really excited for me because I didn't share my proudest moments. It will be for every event when I stand back and look at the crowd and you hear, you know, bits and bits of people saying, "Hey, sit for them, yeah, dear," you know, and you're standing up and you're like, you're so proud. And say, "Yeah, so trim no more social t-shirt." You know, you're so proud, especially back to your village, and the whole place is packed, and people are going like, "Hey, man, bank, am I home?" You know, that thing. You stand somewhere and you look. And you're like, okay, so I'm part of this. and the fact that City has said it, people run to it. You know, that alone, it gives you that kind of vibe. So if I have like the sticker on my car, in my pack, no banner. You know?
Then you wait till you start using the branded card. The bus you get.
In the morning, I'll go for don't.
I'll give it to you this weekend.
I have to talk about my proud moments. So, you know, the CSR that we do, and I'm like, our boss should have been a priest or something, because he just sits down and dreams of, no, let's go do this for this hospital, let's go do this for this orphanage, let's go do this for, you know, and then how he puts it together, and it's all in it. It's not like, okay, you guys go and organize it and go and do it. But the help we've given, you know, across this country is amazing. It's so amazing because we've been to, we are in the north, we are in where the spillage happened. We go to Troto, you know, in Sohom, Troto in Sohom. You know, we've done the hospitals, we've done so many things when it comes to helping others, you know, giving a helping hand to people who are in maybe places that you don't wish to be yourself. And that has been the highlights of my journey with ChannelOne.
So what has this space given you personally?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything.
And
Confidence.
You know what I forgot about? You know, we're still fighting a war in Ghana, which is a war against illegal mining. It was a city that started that war, that fight against illegal mining. And we made so much inroads. We were going to the streets to sensitize people about the dangers and all that. And while I was saying everything, I mean, if you are in a team that can change the national narrative, if you're in a team that can say A, B, C, D, and presidents change their direction, people change their direction, people's lives are transformed, and not just as you know, team members, people out there. You know, HR was just saying CSR. You go, and the latest we've added is a rehabilitation centers. You should have been there. You get goosebumps. People are doing stuff, and all these things we are part of, trying to make things better for humanity, which is the main thing as human beings we're born to do, to make a change. And if you are in a team that is making a change for humanity, what else are you looking for? To me, that's it. So it's made it's changed everything for me.
Anyone?
For me, I'll say what's ChannelOne TV and City FM has given me is the power to be versatile. I never knew I could do all that I am doing now. I remember the very first day I was told I was going to host a TV show. I had never been on TV before. I didn't know anything about. I didn't know what in-ear monitor even meant. I am speaking and somebody is speaking to me. I didn't know what it meant. Yeah, and you're confused, but you know you have to keep composure.
Oh, that's you over there. Is that the first day?
No, this is not the first day, but I'm sure this is like one of the first.
Mokasi.
Yeah. But that was it. The very first day I was told you're going to be hosting a radio show. I'm like, hey, Charlie, how do people talk and open microphone and talk at the same time? You know, because sometimes you see the people do it and they open, they bring it down, they talk, and they're able to calculate everything. But you're just like, hey, how am I going to do this? You know, like, you're going to host this, you're going to be an MC. And I'm like, MC, Mr. Minye, be that. And you know, sometimes and that's what I like about the Papa. I mean, Papa himself. You see, when he tells you that thing, he's not telling you for your suggestion. No. He's telling like, oh, you are hosting this event. No, how you put yourself together. And one way or the other, he's able to see something in you, what you don't see.
And he has this favorite statement. It goes like, Olako Bafine, Akebo.
Yeah.
So whether you be told or not, Bolako Bafine.
And one way or the other, like you're able to find your way around and you're able to do it. I remember one time I did something, I went to him, I'm like, oh, you will give me feedback. He's like, my friend. If you are bad, I'm the first person that will tell you you are bad. So if you are not, you get. Because sometimes you also want to like hear like.
Be sure you're on the right path.
But once he's not told you anything, it means that you're on the right path. And when you bash shots to, you'll be the first person to tell you, oh, you don't say it this way. And the guidance and everything.
Yes, it's so nice.
it helps you to learn. So I'm always ready to learn. I'm always ready to
the
learn.
way I say it so nice. Sometimes you're on air when you see the best, like, yeah. And you know it's open it.
And he knows the acting. He's always the acting.
Now, Eko said something really interesting, right? Always willing to learn, and it's a theme you see really across board. But you know, another thing that I'm really grateful for is that you can be willing to learn, but if the person who knows is not willing to teach you, you know, what's the point? So, personally, I'm so grateful for leadership, right, across the chain, right from the top up until everybody I have or who has responsibility for me. You know, I quite recall I've been here 7 years, so I'm as old as the TV station. You know, I've run into some troubles myself, right? A lot of troubles, right? But I quite recall one of such. I went to HR's office. You know, I couldn't believe it, right? So aside everything, you know, the punishment they go chop. But aside everything, you know, the way she goes about, you know, talking to you, for me, stuck with me. You know, so that was big. Another thing, like I said, I started off as social media. Then I was roped into online briefly, then newsroom, right? Then, of course, TV and radio. In fact, I host the biggest car show.
Yes.
It's a statement of fact.
Hello, who is the producer of the biggest? The Total Energy Show, you have to listen to it.
Exactly, tomorrow will be live. So my point really is that I'm grateful for leadership, right? And personally, I've been very privileged, and I don't take it for granted. I've been able to learn from some of the best within the space, right? So, like I said, I produced Bernard. When I came initially, Godfred used to edit some of the things I was posting on social media and even my online story. And Godfred was such a big deal for me because I used to watch sports. I follow sports. I love football. And before coming, I used to watch him on TV. I think it was on Metro or so. Then I see this guy working next to me. You know, he's eating from the same plate I'm eating. I'm like, whoa, somebody I used to idolize. But it wasn't really the case. The family system again. Then, of course, I spoke about HR. Vivian, it would be a whole paragraph if I start. The very first I heard someone call it, the first was like business, Sky Loco. I'm like, hey, what's happening? You know, so it's been great. But I think leadership has also been the central theme of everything. Yeah. The fact that they are also very particular about your growth and particular about how you develop yourself. Like I said, you can be willing, but if that support is not there, there's no point really.
Right. So we have a few messages. I'll take them quickly, and then we go on to what we're about to do. That's one that's quite interesting.
Adults on the spotlight.
This one here says, "Happy 7th anniversary. I love you all, and I love how you talk. Thank you." I hope to be part of ChannelOne TV in the future. I'm Matilda Akose, a social worker, and I'm in Kaswa. Okay. And ChannelOne has become a national treasure. You consistently serve content that makes us think, laugh, reflect, and grow. Ghana is better because you exist. This is Abina in Cape Coast. This one, clap for us. Ash. From Dr. T in Kumasi, says, a happy 7th anniversary, ChannelOne TV. You guys rock, and I'm super proud of you. The Lord keep guiding and helping you fulfill his purpose for you as a media organization. Your anniversary logo is dope, by the way. And Boga.
The dreamer.
The Tosu Momo light one.
Shout out to Mr. Ete.
Mr. T.
Mr. Ete. Shout out to director for putting it on as well, Mr. Ete. And then this is what I want us to do, real quick. You know that we have popular phrases, like people have solid intros, you know. Can you memorize, or can you actually put one person's intro, word for word? Name the person, probably a TV host or anybody. Some people have, you know, phrases in this house. Phrases in this house.
Yeah, I remember.
Which one?
Is the person's outro.
Outro, remember?
Yeah,
so let's
Sports
go.
Flash. Gabi Affair.
Okay.
I actually wrote it down one time. I am Gabi Affair. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do take care of yourself and bye-bye. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. In the morning, run free in your head.
I am Bernard.
So distinct.
You know, and then you know the popular one, the Umaru Sanders intro for
17.
Actually, someone sent it to me on branch list. It says that's her favorite line.
Yeah.
You know, so every time she's looking out
Waiting
for
for
us, so
that.
she's waiting for 17:30. And when she
GMT.
tunes it and somebody else is reading, that be she just wants to hear. Do you have any?
I think
Yeah.
Bernard also
Big
has
man.
this thing, on the morning show.
Yeah,
but on
big
his TV show, he goes like, "Welcome to the point of view. On this show, we get all of your relevant,
All the
you get all the
relevant people, ask them
the relevant questions that matter to you."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Questions
He
that
says
matter
this
to
thing
you.
all the time
Okay.
on his TV show.
So this one, you have to close your eyes and answer. Whatever the person will think is that it should be that of your business.
You know where I'm
Who's the
placed.
most dramatic person? Who's the
Drama.
most? Yes. Who's the most dramatic person?
Dramatic.
Hey.
ChannelOne.
In the whole entire building
Yeah,
or
what?
in your space?
ChannelOne.
No, Parker is a character, right? Parker is a character.
Tajudeen is his energy levels
Yeah,
are
no size.
crazy. That's
And you
fantastic.
can't
No
tell.
size.
Sometimes you can't tell if he's serious
Oh, he's joking.
or he's joking.
Yes.
It's the same.
And
You know,
he released something. He released something.
get
You don't see it.
building.
No, I mean,
and
yeah.
Tajudeen comes to tell you that there's fire.
You
Run.
believe it.
You believe
Yeah.
it.
You see. So please, management, don't be sending that to us.
By the way, Tajudeen is popular like come.
Okay, now describe ChannelOne in 3 words.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Which one there? What's
Impactful.
Yes, it was. 3 words.
Impactful, exciting, information. Yeah.
Okay.
Learn, grow, impact
It's
lives.
Papa.
This is particular about growth.
Mind
refreshing,
Thank you.
innovative, change makers.
Oh, that was one of mine. Relevant, change makers, impactful.
Are you watching my face like that?
This is your turn.
I'll say news, right?
That's baby.
Because I think our news is the most comprehensive in the country, and it's not even because I work here. I don't think anybody tells the news better than we do. So I'll go for news. I'll go for relevance. I think Eno, and I joined Eno to say that. And the last one, maybe I'll say Sunday breakfast. It's the only Sunday morning. I said news, and I'm sure you all agree that our news is the best in this country.
Absolutely.
Relevance, because we touch lives. You know, like our tagline says, right? So you can't take that away from us. Like I said, I spoke a lot about it, the dam spillage and all the work that we did. HR spoke about other CSR activities. But Sunday breakfast, because see, there's no other Sunday morning TV in the whole country. You know, so
In the whole entire world.
exactly. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I've got mine is quite dramatic. It's Shikome Ekomepe Onapo
ChannelOne.
Shikome
ChannelOne.
Ekomepe
ChannelOne.
Onapo. Then you put Omasio logo. How does the explanation back again?
Hey.
Somebody.
Kakadao machine.
Please. Okay, so now this I bet that she would have to go back to the dance that we had. You know, the
Omema dance.
and then use that to answer this question.
Don't do that.
Go there.
Dude, why? I said let's use
It feels threatening.
Are you feel threatened?
It feels threatening. Like,
Are you reading
No,
minds now?
okay, steady. Wait.
What is this?
Whose dance lives rent free?
okay, now we understand why Jude.
It's Mensa.
I honestly did not know what he was doing.
No,
I don't understand why he didn't even show up in the video, the final cut. They didn't find Jude in that shot. But if they had,
I was there, baby.
he was there.
It's not just Jude.
Pick him.
Jude has a female version of Jude, and that's Nashika Caesar.
But guys, did you see Ajete?
Hey,
I did
the 666.
I did
But Jude doesn't have the African rhythm. That's
Jude
it.
has 2 left feet.
Yeah, it
Yes,
doesn't have the African
even with Sunday.
Oh yes.
When you have to
When
do
we
the workout.
aerobics or something.
But have you guys seen Oba Osada so too before?
Yeah, another one without African.
Oba Osada Osati so too.
But with all due respect,
It's okay, let's move on. Hey, let's move on with the show.
I was pulling Sunday.
what were you pulling?
Your memo is waiting for you.
I don't want your leg. But what is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, still, Oje will say, you're still talking.
Yes. Now come to he has a favorite line. Everybody's
Everybody's
Different names for, you know.
Yes,
You know Nimatu.
Everybody.
Nimatu has Rafiatu,
Nimatu.
Minatu, all the tools for Nimatu.
and you'll be sitting right next to the person, but still ask you, Echo, call now. What's that?
Continue.
Now Kwama to call me.
Call me. Yes.
I'm like, Oje, but you have a phone. He's like,
If I
you're
walk
asking
in-
questions.
You're asking questions. You don't understand the
10
job.
people, and you say Ojaf, then everybody
Everyone
responds.
will tell you,
Yes. Because now who is the main Ojaf will say, you. What's that? Anyway, so it's fun to be around like this. But this particular one, so you have to think about it. Who is the king or queen of we need to have a meeting?
In my experience, I must lose my job. My person is sitting in front of me.
Jude, hey, where's the memo? We need to have a meeting on what you just said.
Yeah. We need to have a video about that.
We will meet the sign day.
And I will move away from Fema. Fema too, we have to meet.
Yeah.
We have to talk about it. And we have to talk about what? Let's meet. I don't know if it is the word because it must come into that sentence. Oh, we have to, let's meet. Every little thing. Oh, let's meet. But it's so fun in here, like, going down memory lane. This is what is going to make you sit down one day and say that, look, I've been in the midst of people who are loving, who are caring,
true.
who are actually the best people. Anytime I'm driving in, Uncle Jimmy will say, you drive in like you're Formula One. That's because I'm always excited to come in.
How can you tell me the story?
Yeah.
How can you tell me
I'm
the
always
story?
excited to drive in. Like when I'm coming to work, there's this thing because I look forward to asking people, have you eaten? Have you
The only time you are quiet is when you are asleep.
Yes.
Oh, that's a line.
It's true. Unless I put gum in my mouth, but I can't chew every day. So I just love it.
But
love it
now
here.
I just want, it's not going to be a roll call, but we work with amazing people, and it would be nice to just mention some of them. I mean, Omani Mensa Bonso, Ivy, Odro, Nana Nyankopon, who is the accountant, Onana, we all call Onana, Appear Call, Ogbo, there's so many, Frema, and, working with them on a daily basis, how they think of things, they think through things, it adds to whatever you do here, and you learn and you grow. I mean, that's what I wanted to add in.
So this will be almost, we still have some messages, but it will be like the last one. I just want to see it on everybody's faces. You'd have to show me. So what is your I am done with today face? Like your...
I'm normally yawning.
You're yawning.
I'm always yawning.
Yeah, you look tired, very tired.
Yeah.
Mine is
You have
not
a
just my
tired
face,
look.
my entire body. I remove my shoe, I'm holding it. I take off my shoe, I'm holding it. And is it I'm walking and talking past you. If I don't stand to talk to you, that means I'm still small energy. But once I'm talking and I'm going, but again, 7 years. there should be one thing that's definitely going to, like, stay in your minds whilst we're counting down. What's that one thing that even if you should look back to year one, you will still say that I am so proud that I joined this organization? I, for once, will be the whole family thing.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I can't leave out of all the things that I would tell people about if I should be out of here one day. But that thing alone, that you can't actually tell, like I keep saying, you can't actually tell who is, because everybody is, like Miss Jen will give you shout outs from the gates, give you, yes, and I have my Ababoy and Tatale, JB, Aloke.
Oh,
I'm
JB,
Ababoy
yes.
and JB is Tatale. Yeah, right combination. So like I was saying, the whole family thing will be one thing I'm going to take up. For all the years that I will be here, it is just the one thing that's going to make me so happy that I joined ChannelOne TV. So what will yours be?
It will still be the people.
The people.
The people. I mean, memories are formed through people, actions, and all that. And without the people we've encountered, we are with. If I look at the newsroom, I think of together I've met about 100 people in the newsroom alone. If I add the correspondence,
Probably
and
plus.
yeah, and even more, alone. And I haven't even added the other departments, right? And one day when I'm old without tooth or fake tooth, and your life rose in front of you. The people that you encountered, what they taught you, how they changed you, how they shaped you, is what will play, in front of you and all that. And I think ChannelOne and City will take about 80% of that.
Nice. I'll take final messages as we have to go away. And this one says, hi now, Team City and ChannelOne is a credible brand. All your events and programs are well planned. Congratulations. This is from NAC. And good evening. I'm happy for you guys since my husband died. It's ChannelOne I watch. And very soon, presidents will be coming from Channel. There's a list. So one, Benadavless president, Moro vice. Vivian is EC boss. The vice leader for happy anniversary. Thank you so much.
They don't give that you didn't post.
Oh,
okay.
Happy glorious 7th anniversary ChannelOne TV. May the good Lord continue to shower his blessings upon you and the entire team. 7 is a number of perfection. May God perfect everything in your lives. This is from Tampico in Mataiko. Thank you so much. And Jeffson here from Kwabenya. Happy anniversary, family. You're the best. May the Almighty God continue to expand you. Special greetings to Mr. Alute. Okay. So this is how far we can go, but I'd want to say that I love each and every one of you. And since we have our glasses, please let's raise our glasses. And the end yet.
We thought you were going to say, since you love it, you are giving us gifts. And then the next thing.
So the genius of a boss that we have.
Yes.
And
yes.
To Samantha,
Yes, to
Savannah,
Samantha.
to JB Alote, to the team,
of course,
ChannelOne
to my
TV.
beautiful producer, Anima, to your lovable human
And
being.
And quick,
young lady.
The technical team.
And
We say
everybody.
God bless you.
The newsroom, thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Admin.
Hey, programs.
Aha.
Watch the chat on
Always
Saturdays.
all at once.
Watch all the news programs. If people are doing their promos.
Then what's all the new You can do no wrong.
That's so on.
Always fall in one.
All right, so